I made $25,000 in 1 week from this prop firm, and I'm going to give you a full in-depth review as to what I think about it. My name is Zach. I'm an exclusive analyst in the Stock Dads Discord, and I share all of my analysis with anything to do stocks, futures, and options related in there. In this video, I'm going to break down the Take Profit Trader prop firm and give you guys a full in-depth review as to the pros, cons, and exactly how I found success right away using the firm. So before we get started, for those that don't know what a prop firm is, essentially you buy an evaluation or in some cases a straight to funded account, and you're then able to essentially leverage your money in the form of using prop money to take out real withdrawals. Before we hop into an in-depth explanation, if you guys want a 30% discount on these Take Profit Trader accounts with no activation fee, use code ZAC on the screen. Essentially, you can get a $50,000 funded account with $2,000 worth of drawdown for only about $100. How does Take Profit Trader work? Where it's very simple. Once you sign up, you can choose what kind of account size you want, and then you need to take an evaluation. The rules for the evaluation aren't too difficult. For the $50,000 account, you need to make $3,000 before you lose $2,000. The only other two catches with that is that you need to trade 5 total days, and your largest day can only be 50% or less of the total profit. Now, once you pass the evaluation, you normally have to pay what's called an activation fee. But with the special promo going on right now, again, I'm not sure when you guys are going to watch this video, but as of right now, it's March 19th. There's a no activation fee promo. So all in, you can start the account, you get a credit for the activation fee, and a 50K account, like I mentioned, is between $100 and $120. Before we go any further, I'll show you guys, which is on the screen right now. These are my withdrawals that I've taken. As you can see, I've only been using this firm for a couple weeks now, right? And as you can see, there's over $25,000 of withdrawable profit that's already hit my bank. I'm not showing you these profits for any reason besides just being credible, and I hope you guys take this review to heart. So I initially started the TPT journey in late February, really unsure of the firm. Not a lot of people were using the firm at the time that I knew, but I decided to take the leap, and I did pass the evaluation on 5 accounts with the first go. So because I did start in the end of February, I was able to get my funded account after 5 days, and on day 1, I actually made over $3,000 profit on each account. So now when talking about the funded account, right, there's a couple things you need to know. Number one, there's an intraday drawdown. And what that means is there's a drawdown from the highest point you have on your account, which includes unrealized profit. So for example, if you go up $200 and then your stop gets taken out at break even, your drawdown gets hit by 200, even though your account does not. Just being fully transparent, this is a rule that I don't like too much, but the fact that you're trading off these somewhat subpar rules at times for daily withdrawals, in my opinion, makes everything worth it. And then number 3, how you actually take the withdrawals for the 50K account, you have to get to $2,000 profit. Once you hit that $2,000, what they call buffer, anything above the buffer, you're allowed to take out every single day. So, for example, if you make $500 on each account and you have 5 accounts, that's $2,500. The only small catch is that there's an 80-20 profit split. And what that means is you're allowed to take any profit out above the buffer and keep 80% of it. So just using round numbers, if you have 5 different accounts, which is the maximum you're allowed to have at one time, and they're synced all together, and you make $1,000 per day on that account, you're allowed to take out 800 of actual net profit, meaning 4,000 total. So in theory, if you're using 5 accounts and you make $1,000 every day, Monday through Friday, that means $4,000 a day, 5 days, that's $20,000. And as you guys can see here from my log, there was definitely a period between March 3rd and March 6th where I really took advantage of this and did get above 20,000 in payouts. Altogether, adding all these payouts out, it is above 25,000 now, and I'm super grateful to be able to get that in just a couple weeks. Now, giving you guys some tips as to how I found immediate success right away. The first thing that you want to do, in my opinion, when you get the funded account is you must scalp. If you're a trader that normally holds for home runs, holds for bigger moves, and you like to raise your stop to even, that may not necessarily work until you hit your buffer. So for the 50K account, in my opinion, the best practices are to scalp when you get the account at 50,000 up until when you hit the buffer at 52,000. After you hit the buffer at 52,000, the unrealized intraday drawdown goes away. And what that means is once you're above that $2,000 threshold, you're able to hold a trade, let's say, and go up $500 and get back to break even without that $500 impacting your drawdown. The only catch with that, of course, is that that $500 that you're now letting go from up 500 back to break even essentially could have been profit in your pocket. So I still personally encourage, especially if you're using 5 accounts, to take your profit, take your base hit, and move on to the next trade. Because of the daily withdrawals, which is the biggest drawing point for Take Profit Trader, in my opinion, the best bet is just to go for base hits every single day, and you'll see they stack up quick. That period from March 3rd to March 6th, all I was doing was looking for base hits, $200 to $300 per trade, take maybe 3 to 4 trades a day, and next thing you know, I'm up 800 to 1200 a day, taking out 3, 4, 5K at times. Another thing that I think will be very helpful for those just starting out with a funded account is to use micros and scale in. In the event that you're in a, let's say, half size position and the position goes against you right away, by scaling in, it doesn't impact that intraday drawdown at all. And now you don't have to potentially get hit really hard going max size right away. Scale into the position if it starts to work, or you can just simply exit the position once it becomes invalidated for a half size or maybe quarter size loss. At this point in my trading career, I probably used between 5 and 7 different firms. And if I'm going to rate it on a scale, one being the worst, 10 being the best, I would rate the evaluation process as far as 10 being the hardest, one being the easiest. I would probably give it like roughly a 4 or 5. It's probably middle of the road. The only hard part about it is you have to trade for 5 different days. 5 different days obviously allows you to have more room for error, more possible tilts, and it's much easier to screw up. However, there's no intraday drawdown on the evaluation, which makes it a little bit easier. So I would say overall, the evaluation isn't too tough. Now, the funded account, on the other hand, 10 being the hardest, one being the easiest, I would probably give it closer to a 7 or an 8. The intraday drawdown is definitely something that you have to work with, and it is a bit of a challenge until you hit that buffer on, and again, on the 50K account, it's 52K. Regardless of my personal success or lack of personal success, I always try to weigh the pros and cons for everybody to make their own judgment and own decision. Just because I like something or I've had success does not mean you will have the same. Obviously, I do hope some of these tips help you out, and I do hope some of you guys take the leap and maybe make many, many withdrawals from this. If you think this helped you guys, please do me a favor, drop this video a like, leave me a comment, let me know what prop firms you are using, and even drop a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Again, I'll put the promo code on the screen here. And as of right now, like I mentioned, I don't know when the promotion is ending. They always make those things up as they go, it seems, but 30% off using the code plus no activation fees. In my opinion, it's one of the better bets in the industry right now, and something that for now I can back full force. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you got something from this video, and I wish you guys nothing but success on Take Profit Trader or whatever firms or self-funded accounts you guys use. Have a good rest of the day. Catch you guys in the next one.